Alright, it's that time of the month to do the previews, June of 2024. Rundown of new items that are coming out. I might break this into 2 episodes each month. We'll see what happens how far I am once I hit the half-hour mark. I do want to give a shout out to Niobe Comics. I believe it was Niobe Outbreak number 2 was in last month's catalog, and the creator sent the comment that I was on the page that his comic was on, and I checked it out. I haven't checked the comic out yet, but I am going to definitely be picking up some Niobe comics. He's been doing some... I noticed he's got some specialty comics. He had a little giveaway during his podcast episode. I checked out a few of his podcast episodes. Most of them right now are focusing on a big lawsuit type thing that's going on between Lady Death and a creator that did kind of a parody style cover, but it ended up being a little too like the Lady Death character, I guess, and so the creator of those covers and stuff is starting a lawsuit, I guess, against them. For all I've been following it through Niobe's YouTube just to see what's going on. I watch a little bit of it each night and keep up with it. He had been done on an episode, which was awesome. Seeing him live on there and hearing his opinions about stuff, but I'd rather just have him just shoot shit about comics and not worry about a lawsuit. But I'll take what I can get when it comes to Ben Dunn. I really enjoy his work, and I noticed Niobe with some of the specialty covers and stuff he does with his comics. Ben Dunn's done some covers, and they're all through Antarctic Press, so where you get Ninja High School and stuff like that. So I will definitely be checking some of those Niobe comics out in the near future, and we'll review them then. But for now, you can always check them out yourself if you would like. It's NYOBI, and Outbreak, I believe, is the name of the one that's out right now. But I really like just beautiful artwork on the covers and stuff. And the inside, so they look very enjoyable, and I'm looking forward to checking them out. Alright, let's get to it. We're going to start with the toy side of things, the fun little things we can display. Starting out with a pop set that I have to get immediately. We finally got the Hansons from Slapshot coming out. I was so happy to see that. And we also got the Reggie Dunlop character, but I care about the Hansons most importantly, so I will definitely be getting those. I see they got the Deadpool Wolverine coming out for that movie and everything, but those pop albums are always interesting, but it just made the pop figures bigger and bigger and bigger, and I don't want to go beyond the original sizes anymore. I just don't have the room. I'm double, triple layering them on my shelf now because we got so damn many of them. But I marked the pages, but it still takes me a while to get to them. Alright, page, let's see here. We got the Rocky Horror Picture Show game, which I think the wife has, but they also got the Rocky Horror Show Hot Patootie card game. So I'm going to have to pick that up for her. It's got Eddie. Eddie! No, Eddie! But yeah. He's apparently not in this at all, I think she said. So I'll have to get that for her. She can have a picture of her little boyfriend. And then we got... Actually surprised that we found some toys this month that caught our eye. And I do like that Bela Lugosi plastic model kit, but it's got a $60 price tag on it, so I will be holding off on that. But this I'm thinking about adding to my PVC collection. Oh no, that's a plastic model kit. Ah, I thought it was PVC. Oh well. Well then maybe I need to get Vampirella and Bela Lugosi, get both plastic models. We'll see how many comics we buy this month. And then we'll decide whether or not we're going to splurge. And then the last one in the toy section. Oh yeah, this is cool. They got Ghostbuster Ecto Collection Series 1 coming out with 6 different Slimers and 6 different Marshmallow Men. So I will have to get a pack of those to put up in between all my little knickknacks. So yeah, and they got a bunch of other cool Ghostbuster stuff. I like the Terror Dog wall breaker. I could see having 2 of those popping out of a wall. That'd be fun. But, yeah. So alright, let's get to the comic side of things. Let's see here. Jump to our first one. Starting out with Red Before Black, #1 of 6. This is done by Stephanie Phillips, Goran Sudzuka, Ivy Zvorkina. This is done by Boom Studios. Introducing the most unpredictable outlaw couple since Harley and Ivy. Red Before Black is a violent, hyperkinetic, woman-led crime thriller reminiscent of 2000s era Vertigo from... Okay, we mentioned who it was. Perfect for fans of Birds of Prey and Killing Eve. On a special assignment from the FBI, disgraced Army veteran Val is sent to Florida to hunt down an infamous drug runner named Leo. But she soon finds that they have an unexpected enemy in common, turning the game of cat and mouse into something else entirely. Yeah, I hate when they gotta say it's like this, like that, like that. Just make your own story. Make something good and enjoyable. That's all we care about. You don't have to compare yourself to others. Otherwise, you'll be like, I was talking about that whole Niobe thing. It's like, don't be too much like someone else and you'll end up with a lawsuit by the creator of the one that you're trying to replicate. So, but yeah, it sounds like a whole different story line style thing, but don't see me jumping on that yet. We got another Berserker, The Lost Book of B, #1. Let's see, is this going to be an ongoing? Usually they've been one-shots. So I'm curious, because that's going to pull me off to the side. But of course it's done by Keanu Reeves and Matt Kent. Then we got Ron Garney and Bill Crabtree working on it. In the 13th century, the Berserker serves as the ultimate weapon of the legendary Genghis Khan. Which, yeah, that definitely interests me. So... And it seems that no enemy of the great warlord can stand against such an onslaught of havoc and death. But the war grows larger than B could have ever imagined, and he must question where his loyalties should truly lie. Discover an epic new chapter in the immortal saga, revealing new untold secrets behind the wider Berserker universe. Genghis Khan... You'll sell me on anything with Genghis Khan. And Jonah Ark, Genghis Khan, those are 2 of my favorites. Warlords back in the day type characters. Type beings. Mass murderers, I guess you could call them too if you want to. But yeah, I would assume this would be a one-shot. I'm surprised they don't say nothing about that. So, since Genghis is in there, I'll give B one more chance, but some of these ones have been way too out there to be enjoyable to me. Alright, we got SIR, #1 of 5. Fellhound and Eleonora Bruni worked on this. These are all still Boom Studios. Get ready for your new obsession, motorcycle jousting. Yeah, alright, I like this. Fate brutally separated Avery Sakai from her girlfriend Nico Zhang, but acceptance at Brittleham Academy might be just the thing to bring them back together. As it turns out, though, Nico's extracurriculars are the last thing Avery expected. Now, to win a chance at love, Avery will need to throw herself into the violent but captivating world of the motorcycle jousting fight club, known as the Seismic Iron Clash Roulette. It's too schoolish. I like the motorcycle jousting, but I don't feel like getting into another school storyline. Some decent artwork there for it. Okay, and now we're jumping over to this one. I'm kind of curious about. That picture's just been everywhere. Just seeing so much of this sloth with the hypnotize me background. I like this image. That's cool. I'd rather see this on the cover. This is for the slipcased edition. But this is Memetic, the Apocalyptic Trilogy Deluxe Edition and Slipcased Edition. This is written by James Tynion IV, illustrated by Eric Donovan, and colors by a variety of characters. In celebration of James Tynion IV's 10-year anniversary at Boom Studios, discover the definitive collection of his seminal Memetic Apocalyptic Trilogy, collected together in a single volume for the first time ever. A weaponized beam, a megalomaniacal psychic being, and a world-ending plague serves as the unholy trinity of not-too-distant dystopias, painting a paralyzing vision of the future that is also hauntingly familiar. The GLOD-nominated creative team, we don't need to get in there, delving into hauntingly prophetic sci-fi horror stories that fans of Black Mirror will feel right at home with, or perhaps a little too close to home. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in this storyline. Collects Memetic number 1 to 3, Cognetic number 1 to 3, and Eugenic number 1 to 3. So you're getting 9, but I can't fork out $70 for 9 issues of comics. That's just no. Damn it. Guess I'll have to wait for the trade. Or wait for the bargain bin, I'm sorry. Not the trade. But otherwise, definitely interested in it. But I am trying to cut back my monthly allowance. Trying to behave a little bit more. Farscape fans, they got some more stuff coming back from that again. They usually do this like once a year. We had the 25th anniversary special, number 1. Written and illustrated by a lot of different people. This 25th anniversary special will be the first Farscape comic published since 2010. Really? I could have swore they had them in last year's catalog and the year before that. It's a new comic, or unless they're old reprints. Honoring the series' legacy with brand new stories featuring fan favorite characters. Don't give you too much information about those stories, though, do we? Then we got Farscape Archive Edition. Rockne S. O'Bannon, Keith R.A. DiCandido, Tommy Patterson, and Michael Babinski, and Andrew Dahlhaus on colors. In conjunction with the return of Farscape to comics for the first time in 14 years, don't miss this archive-worthy, highly collectible edition of the first continuation of the beloved space opera. They just don't want to tell you much about the story, do they? That's fine, and you pretty much get the gist of it if it's Farscape. We got Power Rangers Infinity, number 1 by Sam Humphries, Branton Stein, and Trioni Farrell. And we're still in the Boom Studios lineup. In the wake of an event that has shook the Power Rangers universe to its very foundations, The stage is set for a brand new adventure when a die-hard Rangers fangirl named Lola somehow finds herself mixed up in a wacky mess spanning multiple universes. Get ready for total mayhem as the new Infinity Force team faces off against the bombastic and fantabulous villain Poisandra, a D-lister with a dangerous level of insecurity with all of reality at stake. Will Poisandra's world-wrecking rampage lay waste to the fragile multiverse? Or can this totally ludicrous team come together in time to stop her? You will have to read it to find out. Alright, 60. Garfield, number 1 of 4. Yeah, Ryan Estrada, Sarah Graley, Exer Inez, all working on this. Fans of the feline with a ferocious appetite don't just have the Garfield movie to celebrate, but the first Fury foray in a new 4-issue tie-in series. And to add yet another layer to the lasagna, this first issue features not just one story, but plenty of hilarious material for seconds. Yeah, I might have to pick that up. I love me some Garfield. And getting some stuff that might tie in with the movie. I'm definitely going to check out the movie hopefully soon. Ain't going to see it in theaters though. It'll probably be out on one of my platforms before then. Got Zawa and the Belly of the Beast by Michael Dailinus. The elusive guardian spirit Zawa is eternally trapped inside her mountain. A folk legend with only industrial sludge to eat and nothing to nourish her. The result is nothing but bitterness, paranoia, and an existence that no one would envy. But when 2 siblings from a nearby village, Bandit and Thatcher, help her escape, they'll quickly learn that the way to calm Zawa's heart is through a good meal shared with friends. But with a corrupt mayor and his private army enraged at the prospect of Zawa being free, it will take more getting involved to truly set things right. I really love this character. I really love the teaser story that I got to read about him, or her, and I'm really happy to hear that she's getting her, I assume it's a her, getting herself out of that deep dungeon that she's trapped in. So yeah, that's a very enjoyable character. I definitely want to find out more about what happens to this character in the future. So, okay, we got Rare Flavors by Ram V. Philippe Andrade. Discover the tantalizing tale of Ruben Bash, a demonic Rakasha with a down-to-earth dream of being the next Anthony Bourdain. To achieve his vision, Ruben enlists Mo, a filmmaker who has seen better days, to document the world-renowned cuisine of India and the people behind such glorious food. But little does Mo know that there's more to Ruben than meets the eye, and the mortals play a darker role in the show than they were prepared for. It sounds like it could be fun. Oops. Get to jump ahead a ways here. Looks like we're going to Dynamite. Dynamite! Got Johnny Quest number 1. We had the teaser for Free Comic Book Day. Always a fun, enjoyable story. So if you're into that, definitely worth picking up. Lots of writer, artist, and covers. We got Joe Casey and Sebastian Perez are the writer and artist, but there's just a ton. I mean, we're looking at over 15 covers there. Yeah. Get ready to climb aboard the Sea Quest and embark for adventure once more. Legendary boy explorer Johnny Quest is back along with his intrepid scientist dad, Dr. Benton Quest, bodyguard Race Bannon, adopted brother Haji, and all the rest of the beloved cast from the classic animated series. Launching out of its issue number 0 prelude story in Dynamite's 2024 Free Comic Book Day release, this action-packed new title begins where the show left off in 1964. But things quickly take a turn for the uncanny as the team returns from an experiment at sea to their home base in Palm Key, only to discover that the once familiar landscape is now strangely, disquietly different. Yeah, we found that out in the Free Comic Book Day one. They get back and everything looks a little wonky, and there happens to be a giant crate there that just so happens to have something interesting inside it. But yeah, they got a lot of cool covers for that. I just ain't into it. In my adult age, not into the Johnny Quest characters much. They got a nice big intro to Johnny Quest and everything. The creator and stuff like that. If you are interested in it, pick up the previous catalog for that. Alright, jumping another big gap. Is that it for Dynamite this month for new releases? That's surprising. Alright, jumping over to Titan Comics. We got Huge Detective. This one looks very interesting to me. You got this giant character, looks like his assistant, partner or whatever. They call him Detective Giant, G-Y-A-N-T. This is done by Adam Rose and Magenta King. After a race of giants emerged from deep sleep beneath the earth, a bloody conflict ensued in what became known as the Omega Event. Eventually, a treaty is resolved, and state of Brobdingnag is created, allowing humans and giants to coexist harmoniously. Yet tragedy threatens to shatter the peace, and an unlikely partnership is formed between detectives Tamaki and Giant. As the pair attempts to stop the criminal at large, they find themselves involved in a mystery bigger than either could imagine. Yeah, it looks like a fun story. It's a 5-issue run. I'll wait to see what I hear about it and check the trade out down the road. Okay, looks like we're still in Titan Comics for Two Dumb Dinos. This is by Eric Flipkowski and Nathan Hamill. They're dumb. They're dinos. There's 2 of them. Welcome to the irreverently silly world of 2 dinos with their hoofs and claws on the pulse of all things pop culture. Referencing everything from BK Joes to Chinese spy balloons to missing top secret White House documents to the latest Hollywood blockbuster. Let's see, let's look at this cartoon here. You got one dino talking to the other one. I'll just call one long face, one round face. Long face says, "Can you babysit my son tonight?" Round face says, "Are you serious?" And then another round, oh no, that's still the same round face. Wait, that's not how babes work? And then the kid disappears. Then the other one says we're having a baby. Then it jumps 20 years later and the kid's back. I don't know. That one's confusing. I would have used a better story than that because I'm totally confused. And he's wanting a babysitter. And he's like, "Are you serious?" And then the kid appears. And the kid disappears. And he says we're having a baby. And then 20 years later, they got the kid back. I don't know. I was interested in checking that out, but now I'm not sure so much. Because they should have picked a better story to suck me in, because that just seemed really goofy. Alright, we got Sword of the Titans Volume 1 by Kasha Dashiki. a sweeping quest through a magical land full of monstrous creatures and noble gods. In a time when gods and humans live and fight together, the young boy Shukamaru was helpless, a mere child in the face of those mighty struggles. That is, until a mysterious wandering artisan came with a sword they had forged and gifted it to the child, enabling him to take up arms in the Titanic conflict. Some fun artwork, a giant snake-like character attacking, and a giant character again. So, just have to see. Okay, jumping over to Image Comics, it looks like. We got The Power Fantasy #1 by Kieran Gillen and Casper Wijngaard. Superpowered, you have certain preconceptions. They're incorrect. Here, that word has a specific technical definition, namely, any individual with the destructive capacity of the nuclear arsenal of the USA. There are 6 such people on Earth. The planet's survival relies on them never coming into conflict. Come dance to the tickling of the doomsday clock, or the ticking of the doomsday clock with Kieran Gillen and Casper Wijngaard. The eternal fight against fighting starts now. Nah, that doesn't sound that enjoyable. We got Stand Still #1 by Lee Louridge, Andrew Robinson. Meet Riker Rule, an enigmatic, lecherous, and clinically insane sociopath who is suddenly in possession of a top-secret device that can freeze time. Now, as the bodies of the world leaders pile up, famous works of art go missing, and other strange crimes dominate the headlines, only the device's creator, a run-of-the-mill science geek, knows what's happening and sets out to stop Riker's seemingly endless revenge tour. If you could stop time, what would you do? I would make a bunch of better comics and then start time and put them for sale. We got Convert #1, John Arcudi and Savannah Finley and Simon Gain. Miniseries premiere, science officer Oren Kutella finds himself stranded on a distant planet, starving and haunted by the ghost of his dead crew. On the verge of death, he makes an astonishing discovery. A comic like no other. It doesn't give me enough information about it though, so you're not selling it to me. Gotta give some grab you type information for the stories if people are going to fork their money out for it. Otherwise, you gotta wait for them to look at it and then consider buying it. We got Cull 1964 #1 by Kyle Higgins and Alex Siegel and Rod Reeves. Another mini-series premiere. It's 1964 and Cull, that's C.0.W.L. The Chicago Organized Workers League, it stands for, the world's first superhero labor union, is going national. But with the old team scattered and powerful forces moving in the shadows, will this union be busted before it gets off the ground? Join the original Cull creative team. So I have some Cull comics, but never read them, so might have to check them out here pretty soon. Oh yeah, something else on this page here. We got Cyberforce Shootout one-shot by Billy Muggleberg and John Starr and Bruno Abdias. Top Cow Talent Hunt 2022 winners. We don't need to repeat their names. Debut in the industry with an action-packed tale from the world of Cyberforce. Set in the Rebirth era, Data Industries tasks one of their operatives, Cyberforce's Ballistic, with tracking down an Aphrodite 4 android that has gone rogue. It's up to Ballistic to hunt the walking weapon of mass destruction down. But if CD is willing to destroy anything or anyone that does not fit in neatly with their plans, what does that mean for her? I got a bunch of Cyberforce comics. I don't think I really read deep into them, so I don't know if I'm really into them or not. See, you got the Sacrificers. They got some artist proof editions of number 1 and 2. We got Transformers number 1 40th anniversary edition. One shot. If you want to go back to your glory days of Transformers and pick that up. We got Violator Origin number 1, a miniseries premiere by Mark Andreyko and Piotr Kowalski. Finally, the one true origin story of the Violator, as told by the most unbelievable and unreliable narrator of all time. Follow the journey of your favorite demon from his start in the celestial heavens through his fall and descent into hell, and finally his banishment to earth. He existed throughout human history, living in the shadows and pulling the strings of some of the most powerful people to ever live. 6 huge oversized issues, 6 incredible artists, 6 different points in history. Damn it, I want it. But they're going 6 issues. Not sure if I want to jump on it individually or wait for the trade. Then we got Universal Monsters Frankenstein number 1. I really loved what they did with the Creature from the Black Lagoon. Wasn't a big fan of what they did with Dracula, so I'm hoping Frankie gets a good backing. We got Michael Walsh working on this. A modern day horror visionary resurrects one of the most iconic monsters. An electrifying new vision of the horror classic. Each issue of the limited series tells the shocking story behind one of the body parts used to create the unforgettable monster. In the original film, or to create the unforgettable monster in the original film. In this first issue, Dr. Henry Frankenstein begins his unholy quest to create life by robbing the grave of a decorated police officer. But little does he know that the corpse has a son who is mourning a father, and that this young boy will forever change Frankenstein's life. Interesting. I like how they're going to go that route with basing it, each story on different body parts. Like the brain. I'll be normal. Alright, we hit the half-hour mark. Yeah, we're definitely going to split this into 2 episodes, but I'm going to go a little bit further yet, and then we'll stop and then jump to another episode. Okay, we're moving over to Aftershock Comics. Osamu Tezuka's Neo Faust. After years of failure to discover the meaning of the universe, Professor Ikinazeki decides to end his own life, but he is interrupted by the sorceress Mephisto. They strike a bargain in exchange for Ikinazeki's soul. Mephisto will grant his wish for a fulfilled life. This was originally published over the course of 1988, and this is the final 3 adaptations of the Faust legend, the godfather of manga, which Ablaze is proud to present in English for the first time. It's definitely interesting. It doesn't quite give you the Sunday Comics feel. It gives you more of a manga style feel. But yeah, I'd be interested in checking it out. And then we are jumping over to Massive Publishing. for Liquid, or no, Kids and Monsters #1. It looks like. Well, we can check out this Liquid Kill. Follows sadists slaughtering vigilantes as they encounter pure evil in a blood-soaked cyberpunk future. A la Ghost in the Shell meets John Wick. Written by Aaron Crow and Max Hoban. Artist is Gabriel Ayumazark. For the staff and clientele of a mysterious island hotel, it's just another night of luxury and vice until members of Liquid Kill, a notoriously violent all-female militia, lay siege, demanding compliance or death as they gather intelligence. The adrenaline quickly floods the halls as the team eliminates all threats with ease in their search for their kidnapped leader. This is until something is unleashed, something hungry. Interesting artwork. It's a pretty big ass ship to go flying off a wave that they got. Flying out, jumping a wave out in the ocean. We got Kids and Monsters #1. Stranger Things meets Pokemon in Adam Lawson's Kids and Monsters. 3 troubled teenagers from the crumbling town of Lovelock get sucked into an ancient war after finding monsters in their backpacks. With cracks forming around their towns seeming to mirror their parents' looming divorce, a path has opened to the realm of beasts and monsters. The trio tries to navigate the war at home while they fight to survive the one raging between the world within and their backpacks. Will they be able to stop the red beast and save their family? You'll have to read it to find out. It definitely has a ghost or Goosebumps feel to it, especially when they got a Goosebumps parody cover in there. But yeah, I'm sure those are fun. Okay, we're jumping over to Robin Hood and Jasmine. Robin Hood's been doing a lot of crossovers the past few months. We got Fairy Tale Team Up, Robin Hood and Jasmine. This is a one-shot by Dave Franchini and David Vole. Can't quite read this small writing here. And this is by Xenoscope Entertainment, by the way. We're into the Xenoscope world. A former genie who freed herself from bondage, the fire dagger wielding femme fatale known as Jasmine has been on an epic journey in the world within the lamp, fighting oppression and helping those in need in the desert wasteland. But when she encounters an opponent who threatens to destroy this realm and those beyond, Jasmine enlists the aid of an unlikely ally, New York's most notorious protector, Robin Hood. That Robin Hood character is just badass. I want to read more of her stories, but I only read a little bit so far. Man Goat and the Bunny Man's always awesome. Let's see. I think we can end it with Xenoscope, see if there's any more for Xenoscope here. Nope. So I am going to end it there, and we'll get back with another round in a bit. Alright, keep following Under the Color of MS. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend. Check out Crimson Color Comic Club, and we'll put out more stuff soon. Take care. Bye.